my pleasure to introduce the star of the show for the day. For 25 years, Jim Kruppel has been writing books, speaking professionally, and building a successful lifestyle business as an entrepreneur. His goal here today is to inspire you to change your mindset so you can live a more fulfilling and purposeful life. This is the first time Jim is presenting his new talk called Something to Look Forward to. You can see that Jim is filming the presentation today, and he asks only that you are fully present and open your mind to today's agenda by participating fully. He also encourages you to reach out to him after today's presentation to provide him with a short video testimonial, should you enjoy it and find it valuable. He will be providing instructions on how to do so at the end of today's presentation. So without further ado, let's bring up Jim.
Thank you very, very much. I'm not going to use a mic. I'm just going to yell. So if my voice goes low and you can't hear me, then just raise your hand and I'll talk louder. My name's Jim. Before we start today, I want to begin with a real quick story. Anyone remember 2020? Yeah, it was a terrible year, wasn't it? There was something that happened to me in 2020 that started off this whole thing about what I'm going to present today. And it wasn't COVID. It was colon cancer. Right about the time COVID started, I started to feel some issues and symptoms. And I thought, is this COVID? Is this just stress? Long story short is my wife encouraged me to go get it checked out. In August of 2020, they found a plum-sized tumor in my colon. 10 days later, I was on the table at the Cleveland Clinic getting surgery to have it removed. So this story starts on that day of the surgery. And if you've ever had a major surgery before, you know what it's like. I had never had one. I've had small, minor procedures, but I've never had anything of that nature. So I had no idea what to expect. And what happened is you go down to the bottom of the hospital at 6 in the morning, and they make you strip down, and they put you in that god-awful gown that doesn't fit. And they shave you, and 100 people come in, and they take your temperature and your blood pressure and put needles in your arms. It's all very intimidating. And you don't know what's going to happen. And my wife's sitting there by my side, and I had a nice, good spirits about it, but I didn't know what to expect. So you say your goodbyes, they take you on your gurney, and they take you back to your waiting room. Now, if you've ever had a major surgery before, you'll notice that it's kind of like going into some type of high-tech studio, right? So they pull me up in front of this big room with these big white doors, and they leave me in the hallway, and the person that wheeled me out there says, "Someone will be out to get you shortly." I said, great. I could hear them in there. I could see people moving around in there. But what happened was they forgot about me. And I sat there on that gurney looking back, and it was 22 minutes. There was a clock above me. And all the young people, attractive nurses and surgeons, were all going past me to go to their surgeries. And I sat there alone for 22 minutes. And when I sat there that whole time, I didn't get sad. I thought about all the things that I was looking forward to doing for the rest of my life. Because you don't know if you're going to get out of that room. You have no idea what's going to happen. So I stared at that clock, and I thought about all the things I wanted to do with my wife and the travel. I thought about all the things that I wanted to do with my health. Get better, get healthier. All the things I wanted to do with my career. And I got to tell you right now, those 22 minutes changed my life. And what we're going to do here today is we're going to spend about 30 to 40 minutes, and we're going to go through some of those same exercises, and we're going to see if they're going to change your life. Because that's what we're here to talk about today. We're here to talk about something to look forward to. About a year after that surgery, I went and saw a speaker. And the speaker did a whole 3-hour workshop on dreams. How many people love to dream here? You have big dreams, right? Big dreams about things that you want to do for the rest of your life. Well, this guy went on for 3 hours about all the dreams that you're going to do. He made us do a journal, and he said, if you follow these dreams and you write them down, you're going to accomplish all those things. And I bought in. I was crying at the webinar, at the seminar. I'm bawling tears. I'm like, oh my God, this is so powerful. I'm gonna get every one of these dreams accomplished. It's gonna be the greatest thing. I'm changing my life. Remember, I'm a year out of, the existentialism of having my guts ripped out and cancer and COVID and everything. So I go home, I'm like, these dreams, I'm gonna accomplish every single one of these, and I'm reviewing them. About a year later, I looked at that book. I did like one of them. And here's the reason why. Dreams are wonderful. Dreams are things we should always aspire to go after and chase. But dreams are like clouds. Clouds are beautiful. You want to reach out and grab one, but you can't. It's just air and water. They're things that we put into our brains like clouds that are out there, but completely unattainable in real life. And this is the flaw with dreams. Looking up into the sky and saying, I know I want to do that, but also the rest of your brain is saying, probably never going to happen. Because life is fast, life is hard. There's a million things going on in our lives that stop us from flying up into that cloud and jumping out with a parachute and taking a bite. Don't you always want to take a bite of a cloud? It just looks like cotton candy. It looks delicious. And that's what we're going to talk about here today, because my theory is a little bit different than his. And the guy who spoke was truly an amazing speaker. And I still have that dream journal, and I still go through it, and I love it, but I never accomplished any of it. And when I combined the 22 minutes I sat in that table, and I thought about all the things I wanted to do, and I combined my time spent talking about dreams, I came up with a concept. And that's what we're talking about today. Something to look forward to. Because here's my argument. The reason we don't accomplish things in our lives is because we dream about them. Instead, we should focus on the things that we look forward to. So hear me out. Every single one of us, we get out of bed every single day because things we look forward to. That's what life is all about. The tiny little moments of things we look forward to that we accomplish every single day. And when I found that I just started to focus on the present and the things that I was interested in doing, by the way, we don't do things we don't like to do. As human beings, it's our nature to avoid things that we do not want to do. So our brains go out of our way to avoid those things and do all the things we want to do. So how do you hardwire your brain to stop chasing clouds and start focusing on the things that are immediately in your life that you are looking forward to doing? So we're going to do some exercises here today. There are notepads on your table and pens. I want everyone to grab either a piece of paper or you can use your phone. If you want to use your phone to take some notes, this is mandatory for the room, by the way. You're here. I want you to participate. Get a piece of paper, get a pen, get your phone out, something you can take notes with. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to write down 3 things. No one's ever going to see these but you. I want you to write down 3 things that you're looking forward to for the rest of the day. Not tomorrow, not next week, after you leave this room. 3 things that you're looking forward to the rest of the day. Could be Tuesday night's a great night for Netflix and chill. Family's out of the house, I get to watch my favorite show. Could be you're playing a gig with your band tonight. You always love doing that. Could be you're having a date night. You're going on a date. Maybe you just are thrilled about sitting on the couch tonight and having a glass of wine and decompressing. 3 things that you are looking forward to after you leave this room. Does anyone want to share one of those things? You got any volunteers? I don't have prizes, but there's got to be someone who will share one. Yes?
I'm looking forward to walking with my friend Judy, because I haven't seen her all winter, so we're going to walk.
Thank you very much. So Judy and you will have a nice walk this afternoon. And when you woke up this morning, you thought about that, didn't you? Anyone else want to share what they're looking forward to? Yes, Tom? Coaching his son's basketball practice. I will relate to that, Tom. But that is one of the things that got me up in the morning, especially through the last couple of years. Anyone else? Yes?
My daughter has a softball game.
Your daughter has a softball game. How fun, isn't it?
Great.
I've got a 21 and an 18-year-old, and we went through all that. We're at the end of it, unfortunately. But man, that was our driving life force for years. Man, I love game days. Anyone else? Yes?
Okay, this is boring, but my husband is painting our hallway, and I can't wait to see it finished.
But it's not boring, because that's every single day life. That's not a dream cloud that you're never going to get to. That's immediate, and it's going to happen today. Anyone else? Yes, ma'am. Getting outside and enjoying the weather. It's going to be beautiful this week here in Cleveland. A couple more. Anyone else? You had one back here? Yes.
Seeing my baby boy after work.
Right. What an amazing feeling, right? Go to work all day and you get to go home and see your family. Okay, one more. Anyone else? Yes.
So after I leave here, I get to go to the feed room at Smith's and get hay, which you're thinking, oh, this doesn't sound too exciting, but to be privileged to be able to afford to do that, to take it home to our animals, our livestock.
Mm-hmm.
I drove a truck here because of that today. Because, gotta go get hay after.
Think about that list you wrote. Think about how present you are in the moment and about all the things that are really good in your life and how you do this every single day of your life. But work, career, life, busy, all gets in the way of you remembering one simple fact. If you have things to look forward to and you focus on them, you will have a peaceful and fulfilling life if you can live in the moment and focus on those things. Keep that list. We're going to have more. But that's the starting point. Because dreams are flawed. That's the main argument here. And if you look forward to things, you come to this. If your life is a parade of unwanted situations and awful procedures and tasks, unpleasant relationships, petty arguments, and mandatory work, then what's the point? What is the point? Awful procedures and tasks. Ugh. Taxes. Cleaning out the gutters. Unpleasant relationships. Petty arguments on social media. Mandatory work. If we focus our lives on things that we are looking forward to, and we stop focusing on these things, we can get to a place where we get to a happier place in our lives. video courtesy of the Cleveland Clinic on my ride to the surgery room. What would you choose? Of course, you'd choose the happiness, wouldn't you? Of course you would. But we go through our entire lives chasing the things that don't make us happy. And as human beings, we strive to have breakthroughs. Life is all about breakthroughs. Every major trillion-dollar business of getting through and breaking through how to get to where you want to be in life is out there for you every single moment of the day, and they're telling you, if you only did this, you'd get to that part in your life where you'd be happy. So we covet these breakthroughs. We chase them like clouds. People tell us, get up early in the morning, you'll have a breakthrough. If you stack these habits, you'll have a breakthrough. If you do this, you drink enough water, you'll have a breakthrough in your life. And so you chase it. There's nothing wrong with that. Works for a lot of people. But if you start focusing on things that you're looking forward to instead, you'll have way more breakthroughs in your life. And here's a simple rule that I think will help you moving forward. Let yourself be mediocre. One of the biggest problems with the self-help industry that's every guru in the world tries to tell you is work harder, be extreme, be the best. Guess what? No. Don't be the best. Be really mediocre at the things you like to do. But do them every single day. One of the things I struggle with is losing weight. I'm eating low sodium now, but I have a trouble getting myself to the gym. And I have not been able to make that breakthrough yet. And I finally come to this conclusion. The reason I don't want to go to the gym is because I don't like going to the gym. Remember? We avoid doing things we do not want to do. Our brains will stop us from doing anything we don't want to do, spending a certain amount of money, going and seeing a certain person we don't want to see, whatever it is, our brains go, no, you're not doing that. The other reason we stop doing things we don't want to do is because we're told we have to be the best at them. What a lot of pressure, right? My gosh. So you're going to the gym? Oh, you better get in there and pump and do all the stuff you got to do and show off the person next to you. Because otherwise, don't do it. American culture has told you that if you're not going to go all the way and you're not going to crush it, you shouldn't even try. So how do you do things that you want to do, that you know you need to do? Step one, stop worrying about being the best at everything and start thinking about being mediocre at something. It's really a life-changing mindset if you really think about it. Next time you go to the gym, don't try to run 15 miles. Run a half a mile and be done with it and go home and go, hey, I kind of half-assed that. But I did it. I did it. You don't have to be the best at everything you do in this life. If you focus on those things that you like to do and start training your brain in that manner, you'll start to move forward in your life. There is no reason to look back when you have something to look forward to. Every single day of your life should be about winning that day. I'm telling you right now, as somebody who's gone through colon cancer, chemotherapy, and then last summer spent 9 days in the hospital for atrial fibrillation, and I'm on a list of medications that is as long as a CVS receipt. I'm telling you right now that if you focus on winning the day, you will live a much happier and more fulfilling life. And one of the ways to win the day is to be mediocre. Another way to win the day is to look forward to specific things. Look at that list in front of you again. Man, you got a list of 3 things? You're winning this day. You are absolutely winning this day with that list. Because you did not need to be the best today. You needed to do what made you happy today. You needed to follow through with that list. Anticipation. There's a really interesting statistic I saw, and it was a study about people who plan vacations. And the statistic said this. It said that 69% of people enjoy the planning of a vacation more than actually going on the vacation. Blew my mind. Think about it for a second, though. Why? The anticipation of something you're going to do that you're looking forward to is a powerful mindset. I can't wait to go on that trip to Cabo San Lucas. Don't tell my boss, I just spent 6 hours at work looking for hotels and flights. You do it. You know you do it. There's another phenomenon out there of people who go to Zillow and real estate sites and they shop for houses and apartments. Does anyone do that? Admit it. They're not looking to actually go get a new house or an apartment. They just like to think about the house or the apartment that they could have. Someday, that cloud, right? That dream cloud. Someday I might have this. I'm looking forward to someday upgrading my apartment, getting away from that neighbor who makes a lot of noise at 3 a.m, my apartment. It's the same thing with our brains. They are constantly trying to find things and accomplish tasks that we are looking forward to. And that's why anticipation is the most powerful emotion in the world. It's a dopamine hit to your brain, very similar to something you'd experience if you go to Las Vegas and win at a slot machine. It's the same exact thing that happens on social media algorithms in today's world, where you do continuous scrolling. That's what it's called. And they are designed to give you anticipation of what you're going to see next. It's a slot machine. They've tricked your brain into looking forward to what could come up next. I go on TikTok or Instagram and I get the fishing stuff because I like fishing, right? So I'm like, wow, what's coming next? Next. An hour later, I can't feel my legs. I'm on the toilet. I got to get up. My wife's knocking on the door. Are you okay? Yeah, I was watching this guy catch this fish and turn to this. I'm anticipating the next step. Our brains work in mysterious ways. But really, no. You don't need therapy to tell you what I'm telling you today. We focus on stuff we like to do and we're interested in. Period. That's how our brains work. And the people who control media and content, they know that. So there's ways to trick yourself out of it. And before I move on to the next, I want to talk about hope, okay? I want to talk about what happened after 9/11. The world really did change in a big way. Depression is through the roof. Alcoholism, drug use, suicide. It's a really dark time right now. Now we're pulling our way out of it right now. But the last 3 years or so have hurt a lot of people in a lot of different ways. There are 8 billion people on this planet now, by the way. Did you know that? Last month, the 8 billionth person was born on this planet. And COVID created, in my opinion, the greatest shift in mindset in human history. It also created PTSD in about 8 billion people, and most people don't even realize it. This is why it takes 6 weeks to get a therapist appointment in this country now, because they're booked. People are messed up in the head, and here's why, one of the reasons why. COVID removed hope. When you remove or eliminate hope, you remove anticipation. And when you eliminate anticipation from your life, what do you have left? I challenge all of you right now to take that list in front of you, and what if you had to cross it out? What if God came down and said, no, you didn't get to go out with Judy tonight. No, not happening. You're never going to see Judy again. You can stay in your house. You're never going to get to go see your kid, coach your kid's game. You're never going to get to go to your kid's softball game. It's off. Would you get up in the morning if you had no hope? If there was no anticipation in your life? It'd be harder, wouldn't it? Whenever you see somebody who's depressed, and maybe your life's great, and you say to yourself, man, what are they depressed about? They probably had hope removed out of their lives. I'm not a clinical person, so I'm not saying anything out of turn. But really, if you think about it, human beings need to anticipate things that they're looking forward to. And when you eliminate hope, you remove anticipation from your lives. And that is a very difficult situation to be in if you're a human being on this planet right now. There's a really great show on Netflix. It's called Stutz, S-T-U-T-Z. And it's an amazing, Jonah Hill, the actor, interviews his therapist. It's an hour long. I highly suggest you watch it. There was a lot of breakthroughs that I had when I watched this presentation. And one of the things the guy said that I want to talk about today that really hit home to me when we're having this discussion is there are 3 unavoidable aspects of real life. 3. Pain, uncertainty, and constant work. And no matter how successful you are and how successful you become, no one is ever free from them. No one. Uncertainty. Wow. What were the last 3 years like? Were you uncertain about the future of your family, your careers, your life? Pain of dealing with lost loved ones. Maybe your own health issues. Mental pain. Things that caused you grief and stress. Constant work. Look, we're going to all work till we die, right? That's the world we live in. But those 3 things are the things that none of us are avoid of. These are the things that we're always going to go through, all right? So how do you move forward from those things? I want you to write down now 2 things. Get your paper out. 2 things, and this is going to be a little bit of a spin. 2 things you're looking to getting rid of, okay? Maybe you're looking to getting rid of the health issues you have. Maybe you're looking forward to getting rid of the negative relationship that you're in. Again, no one has to see this. It's just for you. Perhaps you're looking forward to getting rid of a relationship that you're in that is causing you grief. Or maybe you're looking forward to moving on from your career and a boss that is causing you trouble. Just because it's a negative thing doesn't mean we can't look forward to getting rid of it. Because if you could focus on getting rid and looking forward to things you're getting rid of, you'll probably accomplish them. You're going to spend 6 hours looking for a flight to, Alaska. How much time will you spend focusing on getting rid of those negative things in your life that are causing you a problem? But you need to write it down first. You need to put it on paper. It can't be the cloud. It can't be the thing that's up here that just sits there that maybe you'll get to someday. It needs to be on a piece of paper, on your phone, and it needs to be verbalized in your brain. Would anyone like to share something you're looking forward to getting rid of or removing from your life? Anyone? Yes, sir.
50 more pounds.
You're looking forward to losing more weight because that will help you get healthier and great, perfect. I need 100, yes. Anyone else? This is a tough one, yes.
Clutter.
Say that?
Clutter.
Clutter.
Like unnecessary items that, like everything you own, you have to maintain it. You have to touch it.
Right.
Do something with it. So I clutter more.
Clutter is a great one. Looking forward to getting rid of the clutter in my home that will make you happier, right?
Less stuff to maintain, more time to have fun.
There you go. Anyone else? Yes?
Oh, no, I put down living in Cleveland in the winter.
Living in Cleveland in the winter. Isn't that the truth? That is absolutely the truth. You're right about that. I'm looking forward to getting off of all these medications that my doctors have me on, blood thinners, and I'm looking forward to, getting healthier mentally over the last few years of severe PTSD with health issues. Anyone else? We have one back here? No? Yes?
Resentments.
Resentments.
Resentment toward a certain person.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Foot pain, very specific, yeah. If you focus your time now on looking forward to that task instead of dreading it and thinking about it, there's a really good chance that you're going to spend more time accomplishing it. Because it transforms from not being this dream that someday probably will never happen to something that you actually can take action on for all the reasons we stated already.
Do we need tech help or?
No, I get it to work.
Everything that comes before us leads us to where we are now. It's a pretty simple concept, I know, but for some reason, I can't let go of this feeling that we're all lost somehow. The past few years of the pandemic have been like watching a reality show of myself, but with the main character played by an actor who looks like me. It's like being a ghost looking in on your own life. Just visiting. Watching that person you barely remember navigate through cancer and COVID at the same time. Wondering, how did they do it? And how did they get through it all and survive? We all live that. And still, even after 2 years or so, most of us are still living that same ghost life now. We're all watching our own reality show as the viewer, all while trying desperately to find our way back into our bodies and that life that we had before. But those past lives, in that world, they're gone. I've come to realize, however, that we shouldn't be so hard on ourselves. Billions of people have experienced the trauma of COVID-19. You got through it, and you still may feel lost, or unmotivated, or stuck, as that ghost of yourself. But the truth is, you're not lost, or unmotivated, or stuck. You're just exhausted. Because you've simply been living in survival mode for the past few years. And everyday existential crisis bombarding your brain with fear, uncertainty, and confusion. You know, they say don't waste too much time planning, or you'll get the rug ripped out. Up until 2020, most of us never faced an existential crisis. How we move forward out of this trauma is the same as we did before it. Some of us plan for the kingdom of heaven, and some of us just still don't know what to believe. I just struggle to breathe anymore. But I do believe this. Cancer and COVID at the same time couldn't break me. And it tried hard. And I may be exhausted from it all, but I refuse to quit. Your story isn't over yet either. It's time to take the trauma of the past few years and move forward. I hope you do.
Wow, way to bring down the room, Jim. Anyone else here feel like you're a ghost of yourself after the last couple of years? You can admit it. I'll admit it. I feel like that life that existed before all the stuff that happened in the last couple of years just changed me as a person completely. But I'll tell you this, that trauma has created the most creative moments of my life in the last 3 years, and the most breakthroughs I've had in my life in the last 3 years. Because I focus on things I look forward to doing now in the small moments of my life. Spending time with my family, watching my kids become successful, having a great career that I actually like to do. Small little things. So we're going to do one final exercise here today. And that exercise is this. We're going to talk about and have you write down 2 to 3 things that you are looking forward to doing in the next year, a year from now. Tough one. This could be maybe you are going on that vacation to Greece that you have been planning for years. Something a year from now you're looking forward to. You're looking forward to your daughter's wedding next spring. You're looking forward to retiring. Not today, not next week, a year from now. Things that you are looking forward to a year from now. I'm looking forward to a year from now doing this talk for more people, getting on more stages and helping people break free from their mindsets. I'm looking forward to dropping a lot of weight and getting healthier and being there for my kids and making them proud of me. Does anyone want to share something you're looking forward to a year from now? We're almost done, I promise. I won't ask too many more questions. You don't have to. Yes, sir.
I had cancer myself, so I do a golf outing each year for the American Cancer Society, and to me, that's kind of like a friend and family reuniting again, too. So every year I look doing that because it's a year that I'm healthier,
Right.
a year that I get to spend time with my friends and family.
That's right.
And the one thing that COVID did with me is I always had my parents, and my wife had their parents, and we were always allowed to see them. But when COVID hit, we weren't allowed to, so that made me angry. So now that we're allowed to, I'm trying to embrace more time in doing that.
Fantastic. It's a great thing to look forward to. It makes you want to get up every day and plan that event and be part of it, right?
Absolutely.
Right. It's not a dream, right?
Right.
It's happening.
Yep.
Every single day you take a step towards that. And by the way, it doesn't have to be perfect. It can be mediocre, right?
French fries at McDonald's or a steak dinner.
That's right. Would anyone else like to share something you're looking forward to a year from now? Yes.
I'm about to become a grandparent for the first time.
Wow, congratulations. Wow, what an amazing thing to look forward to. Every single day you wake up and you look at that calendar and you say, your brain says, in a certain amount of days, I'm going to be a grandmother.
I am a grandmother.
Well, the next one. Right. But what an amazing thing to think about every single day. You know, you think about what you're going to do today, but you're really looking forward to that thing coming down the road. That's not a dream. That's happening. Anyone else? Yes.
So I have a daughter with special needs, and a year from now, she will be looking for her first job, like after school and all the services. And as she was growing up, like I couldn't imagine like what she was ever going to be able to do, right? She had so many challenges. But now, as a young adult, she has so many abilities and skills that I think a year from now, she's just going to really surprise me with that first job that she gets.
Wow.
Yeah.
How amazing is that going to be? How amazing is that going to be when she finally goes out and gets that independence and that job? And wow, that's a great thing to look forward to, isn't it? Wow, every single day. Last one. Anyone else? You had one.
Planning our 25th anniversary trip next year.
Planning my 25th wedding anniversary trip. My wife and I, who's here, we just did our 25th last October.
We're trying to pick.
Right. So now go spend 6 hours planning the trip. Is your boss here?
No.
Okay. So hopefully they won't know that you'll be spending the rest of the afternoon planning your trip. That's what this is all about. We're going to do one final exercise. So I'd like everybody to stand up here, please. And the exercise is this. I want you to think about fireflies in a jar. When you were a kid, what happened? You were young, dusk, it was a beautiful July evening, and your parents or somebody came out and said, we're going to go out and catch fireflies. So you said, okay, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to chase them down, and you grab them gently and you put them in the jar. You grab another one gently and you put it in the jar. And over time, you've built up this whole shining, blinking, beautiful jar of ideas and dreams and things you're looking forward to in your head. You get the metaphor? This is what you're doing every single day of your life. You're chasing those little fireflies, and you're pulling them out of air, and you're unscrewing your head, and you're putting them in the jar. Okay? And this is how I want you to think about how you're going to move forward with the rest of your life with this list you have in front of you. So everybody grab your list or your phone or whatever you have. Actually, grab your phone first. Everyone's got a phone. Don't lie to me and say you don't have a phone. Grab your phone. We're going to take a selfie of yourself, okay? No one's ever going to see this except you, so no duck lips, no, don't try to do any kind of crazy pose. I want you to take a selfie of yourself right now, okay? And the reason you're going to take a selfie of yourself is I'm going to explain it to you in a minute. So as you're taking that selfie, I'm going to take a picture of you taking that selfie. And take a selfie of yourself, all right? You got it? Everyone got it in their phones? All right. This photo is for you and for you alone. No one is ever going to see that photo except you. Now, take your phone, and I want you, if you wrote down the list of things that you're looking forward to, I want you to take a picture of those things on the table, hold it up, take a photo of the things you're looking forward to. It's real simple. You guys know how to use your phones. We don't have any of our kids here that can help us. Pull out your phone, take a picture of the list that you made of all the things that you're looking forward to doing. So here's what just happened. You made a cognitive choice and a triggering moment, because in a year from now, you're going to be scrolling through your photos and you're going to look at that photo of yourself and you go, why did I take that photo? Oh, what's this list? What is this? Let me put my cheaters on. Oh, that's the things I was looking forward to doing. And hopefully, before that, you will have accomplished a lot of those things on that list. Because remember, we do the things that we are looking forward to doing. So here's the last exercise we're going to do today. I want you to hold up your list or hold up your phone, and I want you to repeat after me. Jim, I promise that I am going to accomplish some of the things on this list. Jim, I am holding you accountable for the things on this list. No, sorry. Jim, I am accountable for the things on this list. And finally, Jim, I am going to reach out to you, Jim, in the next week or 30 days at the phone number that you look on the screen. And I'm going to tell you some of the things that I have accomplished off that list, either through text or call or an email, or not email, or through a video that you create, okay? That is your challenge moving forward out of this talk today. We're going to all hold each other accountable, and you're going to go home today and you're going to accomplish those things that you love to do. You're going to accomplish those things you want to do in the next month. You're going to accomplish those things that you're looking forward to doing in the next year. And you're going to live a happier and healthier life because of it. Thank you for your time. It was a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much. Appreciate it very much.